I have a qualm.
Go ahead. Speak your qualm into the microphone.
Okay, I was taking a breath to prepare.
Let it out, baby. We're listening.
We talk a lot about trust in this country. Trust, loyalty, etc. And we're lucky that we have people who trust the three of us enough that they listen to our podcast. And when I say trust, there's a level of intimacy there. They're literally inserting, most of them, headphones into their ears. They are letting us into their bodies. And so, boys, we cannot take advantage of their kindness and open-heartedness by belching into the microphone. No, that is what I'm saying. This is what I brought you here to talk about.
What?
People have headphones in and you just burped into their ear.
It's fine.
It's not.
Why?
Because to me, when I hear it in my ear, I feel like you are actually burping in my ear. I feel your food particles.
It's funny.
It's
Justin,
disgusting.
No. You're being talked to just as much as Andy is.
It's like we're in the corner, Justin. We're in the timeout corner. And Mollie's much taller than us, and we're like 2 feet, and we're looking up, and I just burped. It's sort of how I feel.
I'm trying to get out of it.
Mollie, I think burping is funny, and if it's going to happen, let it happen.
I think it's
gross. I just think if we do it every episode, people are going to be like, I don't want to risk having someone burp in my ear, so I'm not going to listen to it.
Disrespectful.
I'll limit the burps.
And
I heard from a few.
Limit to 0, okay?
I'll limit
Let's
as
all
much
burp
as
the
I
amount
can.
that I've burped on this podcast, which is a whopping none.
I don't know.
And it wasn't hard.
I don't know about that.
All right, Andy, bring us some clips of me burping.
I'll take a look, but if
Spruce them in.
If we're banning burping, we gotta ban screeching. We gotta ban cursing.
No.
It's a slippery slope of banning.
It's not slippery.
It's not slippery.
Justin, what are your favorite and least favorite sounds?
Not slippery.
Birds. I like to hear birds chirping amidst water flowing.
That doesn't happen on the podcast ever.
Then?
There's no bird
Yeah,
sounds.
but it could.
Justin likes to hear birds drowning.
You asked me what my
described.
No. That's not what I said.
Birds chirping amidst water flowing? That sounds like birds crying out for help as water chokes them to death.
Oh my God, no.
Justin
you're foul. What?
You like to see fowl die. Justin likes the sounds of bird death. I enjoy releasing gas from my mouth when I have to. I will do my best not to do it into the mic anymore, as long as Justin doesn't kill a bird on air and Mollie doesn't screech into the mic.
You asked me what my favorite sounds were.
Yeah, we did. And your least favorite sound. You didn't bring that yet.
You didn't give me a chance to.
The floor is yours.
When somebody burps into the mic. My head hurts. Write it down. I've got work. Write it down. My car died. Write it down. I've got no drive. Write it down. The car is a metaphor for motivation. So it's kind of fun, I guess.
Re-screw your brain so we can start the podcast.
Justin's got a screwdriver on hand at all times, and that's how we open the show. Always, baby. He's ready to screw loose, screw tight, screw right, screw lefty loosey, baby. That's my boy Justin Kosisky. Mollie?
I can't endorse any of this.
Mollie endorses it.
Empowering Justin to screw.
I'm giving up burping, and Mollie's endorsing us for any sort of sharp objects we got around. Justin's got a screwdriver. I've got a knife always nearby. You gotta be careful. Dude.
Justin, stop using the screwdriver on the devices that are helping us record this.
Justin,
okay?
Go off, King. Go
I gotta show people that I'm a handyman.
What are some handyman things? Some tips for the people, Jay? Because a lot of people like me, I don't know how to be a handyman. You got anything?
Sure, and that's why
In
I'm
some
here.
arenas you do, but at bing,
Jeez.
And
I didn't
what?
want to say
it
that.
landed.
She-
It landed.
She was sort of saying that I've sort of got prowess in the sexual arena. But
Oh.
you go ahead and tell me about.
Wowza.
You got to give a handyman tip real fast, Justin, before we intro the show.
Yeah, teach us how to
Alright.
give a hand, DJ.
Oh,
Okay.
Andy needs to know.
again, Molly is referencing sexual prowess for the people who don't fucking get it. Tune in. Now, Justin,
Whoa.
Didn't get it.
me,
That's so embarrassing for them.
yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Justin,
Yeah, handying 101.
yes, sir.
Always be
Yeah.
prepared.
There we go. This is Journal Me Fine, I guess. It's a comedy podcast hosted by me, Andy Vega.
And your host, Justin Kosisky.
And Mollie Adolf.
Wow. Once we do a live show and I can't cut dead space, we're going to be so
I
bad at
just
introing.
wanted to see-
I can never throw it to you guys.
I wanted to see if Justin would take the reins, and he didn't.
Yes,
he
I
fully
did.
left us.
What?
Well, but after us.
Hey?
It's a comedy
I-
mental health podcast where we bring in journal entries, we read them, we dissect, we normalize them, and then we do improv after.
End of segment.
And every now and then a segment. And guys, this is actually a huge app.
Sometimes.
This is a huge app.
Oh my God. Because we are shaking things up.
Mm-hmm. We're flipping the tables. We've decided to try a new sort of format of the show.
The teachers have become the master in a way.
We've
The
deci-
masters.
No, go on.
Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you.
No, dude, I'm interrupting you, Justin. Say it.
The teachers have become the masters, and the masters have remained the position.
Nice. Dude.
Okay.
That was really good.
No, I wish I interrupted you. We're
Yeah.
changing the form.
I thought you were going to. So
Oh, really? So you intentionally started speaking, hoping that I interrupted you?
that's correct.
So you knew that you were gonna say some crap, and you wanted me to interrupt.
Oh yeah, I was hoping to be saved by the bell.
Justin, this is the episode where we leave space for you to say things. So get your game up.
Sorry.
No, don't be sorry.
Don't be sorry.
I'm just saying when there's a lull, it's because both of us want you to do something.
We tend to take up
Okay.
space, Justin.
Who?
Me and
Me.
me. But the thing is, you're the glue here.
What? That's not true.
That was poor acting.
Did you guys have a conversation without me?
No.
Yeah, Andy talked to me about my behavior.
Listen,
Listen.
we're taking up too much space.
We gotta let Justin get some
You gotta
time
let
in there.
Justin talk.
Andy talked to me and he said, Mollie, you are taking the reins on this friendship. You need to close your big mouth, apologize to your friend Justin on air, and then allow him to speak. So consider it done, Andy.
Thank
this
you.
is that
Thank you.
happening.
Well, I accept your apology.
So
So
The new format is we're doing all
Is
the
this.
journal entries at the top of the show. So if you don't like improv, stick around because you can listen to the first half hour of the show and not hear any improv. And then improv happens at
Mhm.
the end. Why are you shaking
I
your
hate
head?
that way of selling it.
Listen,
Don't sell it
Molly,
like that.
we gotta
Don't
be
sell
aware.
it like
I think
that.
I think
Let me-
that's the
let
sell.
me
that's
Let
a
me-
so.
alternative pitch.
Okay, you go.
So we're going to shake things up a little bit. We're going to have our entries at the top of the show so that our conversation about them can be more mindful and intentional so that we're not thinking about the next scene we're going to initiate. We're just thinking about what our good friend just shared with us and what we can contribute to the conversation. And then having all the improv at the end is helpful because there's more continuity. We remember things. We bring things back. It's more of like an improv show sort of feel, sort of vibe. Okay? And just like that, Andy, we didn't give people permission to turn the podcast off. Like, are you kidding me?
Okay, and now I get to pitch it. Now it's my
No,
turn.
God
Now
damn
Justin
it.
gets a pitch. That's fair.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Jay.
Now we're going to read the journal entries first and then do improv afterwards.
I like that. See, Molly, we
Is that
talk
it?
too much. Justin gets to the point quickly. We both editorialize it. No, when Justin gets to the freaking meat of what it is, and Justin's right. And now I'm talking, and it's unnecessary, and he's making gun sounds. It's this guy is the leader.
All right, Andy, hit us with that
The floor
entry.
is yours.
I don't have a journal entry per se. It is in a journal, and it is written down. But it is not a Dear Diary, I'm going through so much. Please, someone, God, help me. Please, someone, send help. I need help. It's a story that I wrote. And above it, I wrote the word hi. So I think that implies that I was perhaps having a good day. And the story goes like this. The title is A Story About a Sheep by Andy Vega, written 11/21/2018. A sheep alone in a meadow. The sun sets. A wolf approaches the nearby bush, hungry. Unaware, the sheep eats more grass. The wolf inches forward. The sheep eats more grass. The wolf inches forward. Sheep, grass, wolf, forward, grass, closer, grass, closer, chew, close, breath, bite. The wolf skips away, bloody, full. The sheep, covered in its own innards, blinks a final blink, eats a piece of grass, and dies. Cut, Steven Spielberg yelled to the crew. Why did we shoot that in the elevator? Justin asked. Because, bitch, Spielberg grabs Justin's neck. I'm afraid of elevators. Justin gulps. And I hate sheep. Spielberg shoots the sheep actor.
What the fuck?
Sorry. Let me take that line again. And I hate sheep. Spielberg shoots the sheep actor in the skull.
Oh my
Goth? Justin says, Yes, sir. Spielberg drops him, and he lands on the sheep carcass. Spielberg lights a cigarette. Justin slowly stands up and begins to mop.
Oh, God.
Gruesome,
Why was I in
cinematic, horrifying,
Horrifying.
cause for alarm.
Thank you.
I fell on a dead sheep.
You were pushed onto it
Before
on a
that,
dead
was
sheep.
pushed.
A sheep actor.
Right. Which is kind of
All of
worse.
Kind of
Right?
worse.
Because he got shot in the skull.
Yeah, by Steven Spielberg.
yeah,
And I actually wrote Steve
Spielberg.
Spielberg. I was trying to make him sound more friendly.
you guys are cool.
Right.
We know
Casual.
each other like that. It's funny because the way Steven Spielberg spoke to Jay in this story is the way most improv teachers that the three of us have shared, have historically spoken to Jay.
Well, Justin, do you recognize the origin of the Spielberg bit?
I believe that was when I met Steve Spielberg at work at
Mhm.
Shop Studios. And I was the elevator boy.
You were you operated a freight elevator in New York City as like one of your first jobs.
I was a elevator boy.
It's fucking cool, dude.
Yeah, and Steven Spielberg was afraid of elevators.
He's afraid.
But he wrote it up anyway.
So it's based on a true story, Molly.
It is. It is.
That's pretty inspiring.
He did not shoot
Does
anybody.
that mean, okay, that was my next question.
I took some creative liberties of what I knew about Steve Spielberg and sort of his deal with elevators, from which I learned from my dear friend Justin, who you two might know as one of the two people in the podcast today.
Right.
Which is
Right,
actually
that's
you,
me.
Justin. Yeah.
That's old Dirty J.
Yeah, Dirty J. So I took a few liberties and I wrote this. And I believe I wrote this when, Justin, you and I used to used to sit down and write stories next to each other and read them to one another.
That was so much fun.
Right after, and I believe this was one of them because I don't often write like this.
We'd have like a 10-minute story thing and then good times.
That's wholesome. I wish I had memories with friends.
Well, Molly, I will say
yeah.
my entry for next week is similar, and you are a character. So I believe we also did this.
Molly, didn't we do that? We did.
Yeah.
We did that at my apartment before.
Okay,
the three
I
of
just
us.
like the drama. I like being the victim and the center of attention.
Oh, so you like lying.
So
That's
can we move
interesting.
on?
No, you like to
Molly,
lie.
can I ask you something?
What? Ask me.
Are we still gonna move into Brooklyn?
No.
Huh?
What? Somewhere else, but not Brooklyn.
Well, Manhattan?
No.
When's it happening?
Jersey City?
West.
West?
Yeah, baby.
Harlem?
All right, this is a conversation for...
Yeah, good thing you brought it up.
I can't believe you brought this up.
I can't believe you brought this up, Molly. Yeah, you guys have any questions about my little story?
Yeah.
Do you think I should get it published? You think I should try to ship it somewhere?
Yes.
You could try.
This strikes me as concerning as like finding your toddler's like scribbled angry picture
Why?
like shredded from how hard the pencil was being pushed into the paper. It's just that, but verbally.
No.
The detail and specificity that you went into regarding, first of all, just the wolf hunting its prey, and then Steven Spielberg grabbing Jay by the throat. I could see it like a cartoon Justin gulping into his hand around his throat.
Sorry, but...
And then to use the word carcass, like...
Yes, good word
the
choice.
sheep's insides were on the outside.
All I'm hearing is that
Just
I wrote a very good story that you could picture well.
graphic. And I'm worried about your mental health.
Okay, Justin?
I like the part where you got into it and you were building up the anticipation. It was like bite, step,
Thank you.
grass, step. You know, I could see it in my head like a sheep's mouth. And then the wolf.
Yeah, it's visual. I put
creeping
you
up.
there, Molly.
It's visual.
There's
Put
nothing
me
mentally
there.
wrong. I'm painting a picture for you.
With
I
his
know it-
letters.
I just wanted to know like what the inspiration was. I didn't know that you thought about blood and gore this frequently.
Well, I think
The
it builds up to
inspiration
the blood and
was-
gore. The inspiration was the
No,
elevator.
it happens right off the bat.
Was my job.
Yeah, you're right.
All right, guys. I'm just literally just a girl sitting here asking two guys to humor her
Okay.
while she analyzes her good friend's story.
Okay.
So yeah, I heard the thing about the elevator. I get it. I'm looking at the underlying patterns here. Why was Andy's mind so quick to go to the murder scene of a sheep? That's all I want. Because you could have played out the elevator Spielberg thing in multiple scenarios, but you chose to do a death scene. So
Well,
Yeah.
I don't know if I was thinking it at the time, but
of course not. Subconscious.
Spielberg doesn't have cutesy, little, beautiful, artsy films. There tends to be some violence, some horror.
E.T.
E.T.
Name one.
E.T. And so I was putting Spielberg into a Spielberg movie. And that
I
is
guess
interesting and cool.
Oh,
There is that scene in
meta.
E.T. where he gets shot in the brain
Yeah.
and is and lying in a pile of his innards.
Director's cut.
Okay, well,
Yeah,
mine
well.
is cooler than that one. But yes, I do love that scene.
All right. Well, we know where you got your inspiration from. Is all.
I love you guys.
Sorry. Love you so much.
Love you too.
All right, who's next, huh? Let's get another entry in. Isn't this fun? New format. We're not
I'll
even
go
gonna do
next.
improv. Okay, yeah.
This is October 11th, 2016. I finished work and I went to a diner last Friday, which was very crowded since Comic-Con was going on that day, or week, or whatever. The reason I was getting food in the city was because Andy had mentioned that he and some of his friends were going to swing by this Irish pub that apparently doesn't card. I thought I'd give it a shot because after all, what's the worst that could happen? Once I finished eating, Andy still didn't have a plan as to what was going on. So I headed down to Sam Ash's instrument store to play with the sweet electric drums and some of the guitars and pianos they have there. I get lost in those types of stores, plus it reminds me of home because I used to go to Guitar Center and play the drums for a while in AZ Town. After I played the drums and whatnot, I started heading uptown to the pub. Andy told me they were on their way to getting food nearby, and I knew I wouldn't make it in time, so I ducked into this Thai place, which I stood outside of for probably at least 10 minutes deciding whether or not I deserved a nice meal. I kind of half decided and walked in and ended up only getting a $3 miso soup, but it was very good. I was seated at a table with an empty chair across from me, next to the wide open floor to ceiling windows, watching people of all flavors walk by. I started to think to myself the regular thoughts one might think when eating alone in an incredibly intimidating city. Did I make the right decision by coming here? Am I going to be a failure? I miss my friends and family. I miss my dog. I haven't performed in so long. Do I suck at everything? It was in that moment that a beautiful girl came up to the window and tapped me on the shoulder. I was very taken off guard and realized it was a girl who dropped into one of my UCB 201 classes who was with her equally attractive friend dressed up in some kind of leather comic book character.
What the?
Hey, I was in one of your...
fantasy?
No, this is real. I remember this. Hey, I was in one of your UCB classes. I thought you were the funniest one. Just wanted to say hi. This is my friend, she said. I'm dressed like this because of Comic-Con, said her leather-dressed friend. Oh, wow, that's awesome. Great seeing you guys. They left while smiling, and it was just what I needed. The validation from a beautiful woman and her friend who felt the need to justify her leather outfit. It was amazing. The miso soup afterward never tasted better. From there, I still had a lot of time to kill before Andy and his friends were going to arrive at the pub, so I decided I'd just go on in since I was nearby. I also wanted to make sure that I would be served so as not to embarrass myself when Andy's group arrived. When I first saw the pub, I walked straight past it out of fear of who knows what. Then I stood out front for a few minutes, much like the Thai restaurant, and I thought, I'll walk in and just stand there. If they ask me if I want anything, I'll order. Otherwise, I'm just standing here. Nobody gets in trouble for standing places, right? And then the bartender called out to me, "Can I help you?" I was in shock. "What?" I said, standing 4 feet from the bar. "Do you want a drink?" the bartender said louder. "Sorry?" I said out of nervousness. At this point, the bartender began laughing. "What can I get you?" he said with a gleeful smile. Bud Light. It was the first one I saw. Stella Artois? This time he didn't hear me. I pretended like I knew exactly what I wanted, like I was very determined to have a Bud Light. "No, Bud Light." "Okay, that'll be $5. I gave him a 5. "We live for tips, pal." "Sorry, I gave him another $1. I would have given him more, but I didn't have a lot of cash, and I wanted to drink more than one beer that night. After I got my beer, a woman approached me, looking nervous. She looked like she owned the place. "Where's your ID?" "I don't have it." "You cannot come in here and order drinks without an ID, even if you're 21, okay? You can't come in here and do that. Never again." She got up and left. I chugged my Bud Light and ordered one more. I told Andy what happened, and his friends didn't want to risk getting in trouble, so they went back to the dorms and found their own party, so I headed home feeling like I ruined their night. As I was walking back, I got a call from my good friend Lucas, who's been partying like a maniac. Yeah, that's about it.
Answer.
Jesus, man, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Oh no,
Yeah,
you
Andy.
shouldn't be.
You're at the core of all of
I'm
it.
the villain in this
Oh.
story. I'm not texting you where I am. You make you feel like you ruined the night. You're at a shitty bar I probably didn't even want to go to.
I hadn't read that in a while. I don't think you're in the wrong though.
When was this? 2016, 2017?
October 11th, 2016.
Yeah, damn. So that's like very beginning of college.
Long time ago.
So you were 18.
Very beginning of college. 18.
Oh, yeah.
So you look like a true baby. So it's.
I looked like a baby.
This
It
guy was
high
major
risk.
baby
This guy thought it was so funny that this 14-year-old was ordering a Bud Light in Midtown Manhattan.
He knew what time it was. That
It
woman
hurt
was.
me physically.
That was a painful one, man.
Oh, that was. I felt bad for myself for eating it.
I felt bad when you said, do I
Deserve
deserve
a
a
meal.
nice meal? Like, that is probably a way of thinking that a lot of us have and are not aware of, but it's another level when you actually have that dialogue with yourself in your head. Like, okay, but do I deserve to be nourished today?
Right.
It's
Yeah.
a different level of self-sabotage.
But what a godsend that woman was. I mean, what are the odds? And like, I wonder if she had saw me on a regular day and I didn't look sad, if she would have even said anything. Or if
Wait,
she was
the
like, oh, I was in
UCB
his
girl?
class. Oh my God,
Oh,
he
yeah.
looks so sad. I should like say something.
It really did
Aw.
sound like a fantasy. You were like,
I
two
know, I
beautiful
Sounded like
swear
a
to
women.
God,
sex
it
It
happened.
sounded like a sex
in the
dream.
leather cartoon outfit.
They were dressed for
Came up to
Comic-Con.
the window and tapped you on the shoulder.
And told you
'Cause
you
if
were
the
the
window was
funniest one
open-
they knew.
I know, it sounds fake.
Oh my God.
The
But
mom
I
in me is
remember
like,
that
Jay,
day.
you shouldn't be eating miso soup to prep for a night of drinking.
Yeah.
So salty.
Yeah.
Oh, so nervous.
I like how there was
I-
multiple beats that were like, still waiting for Andy's text about this piece of logistical information. Still haven't received the logistical text yet.
Jay, the way that you journal is it's like reading a story. Like when you did the dialogue, you said, blah, 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 she said, blah, 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 said her leather
Yeah.
wearing friend. Like everyone has an epithet.
Yeah, I don't know why.
It's nice.
Thank you.
It reads well.
You said, do I
Gratis.
suck at everything?
That's a familiar sentiment.
Mm-hmm.
You think this a lot to yourself, Justin.
I meant for all of us.
No. Us comes later. First, Justin. You think this a lot, buddy?
No.
I don't think you suck at many things. Put your fist down. No violence here.
No violence, Jay.
Of
We're
course.
talking. This is a safe space.
Technically. I don't think you suck at anything, really.
Anything.
Thanks, guys.
But there's always that point when I've found this when you're journaling and you just start like throwing out all of the angry thoughts at yourself you're having, and it just becomes like an entire page of self-hate
Yeah.
Right.
and like mean things about yourself and
It's a
just like
cathartic ritual.
catastrophizing. Everything I do is horrible. I'm worthless. I'm nothing.
Right.
Just like spiral.
Yeah.
The dam breaks.
Yeah.
breaks you down.
Yeah, I do.
What a night.
It's crazy. Like,
But also,
to
we had.
think-
Oh, go ahead, Molly.
No, you.
No.
ahead.
You go.
Oh my God. Okay. Just that we all knew each other during these times and like how alone we each felt. But we were all in each other's lives as much as we are now. It's interesting to notice just that we were all sort of in our own little worlds,
Yeah,
even though we were seeing each other all the time and hanging out.
that's so true.
Andy, you look absolutely numb to that
All
comment.
around me are familiar
Okay.
faces.
Fucking.
he's
hate
So
that.
denying.
many
He's
places.
not ready to
I will
his
say,
feelings. I
Andy
struck a
really
chord,
did.
clearly.
Andy adopted me into his collegiate experience.
Yeah,
In
man.
a very heavy way.
We bought you a foam mattress pad, and that was your
Yeah.
sleeping bag on my floor. It
was pretty
really,
rad.
it was the most uncomfortable thing I've ever seen.
All right, well.
I've always seen some. I challenge that.
But we went to some fun Fordham parties.
Hey,
We had some
man.
good times.
Hey, good times. Yeah, it's pretty good. What's up, Molly? You look jealous.
I just.
Well, mate.
Yo, I was like, is he trying to initiate an improv scene when I haven't even read my entry? I was ready to throw hands.
No way. No way.
I don't know. That hey man didn't seem like it came from Andy. It seemed like it came from a character of its own.
Oh, I'm playing a character tonight for sure.
Well,
but not in an improv scene right now.
Okay, I guess I just felt threatened. I've never gone last before.
Okay. I'm gonna sneeze. No, I'm not.
Look into the light. Jay, do you have any final thoughts? Do you remember how this night ended? You went back to your apartment.
No, at this time I was in Jersey City at my aunt and uncle's.
Oh, that's right.
Saving money for an apartment.
So
This
you
was
took
like
the train
early
back.
because we moved like
August.
2016. So we were just getting settled. Andy's just meeting these people. We're both figuring everything out. So Andy wasn't the villain here. It was just a
No.
Thanks, man.
weird
And
night.
neither were
Yeah.
you.
Right. It was
It's
just
just one of those nights where
one
like,
of
literally
those
everyone is in their own
nights.
dark cloud.
Of course.
We've all been there.
Any other feelings, Justin, that this journal entry is pulling out of you like
I wonder where
like a
that-
string?
I wish I remembered the name of that.
Malloy's. Oh, thought you were gonna say the bar.
That too, I guess. Malloy's. R.I.P. They closed. huh?
Yeah, they closed. They closed down. I used to get in. I've only been there twice, but one time I got in there with my roommate's ID, with Paul's
you look
ID.
nothing like what?
Andy, remember that one time you went in there though?
Yeah, it's a bad memory. I don't want to talk about it. All around me are familiar faces.
Molly's turn.
This is a letter I wrote to myself on my birthday. September 17th, 2020. The page has already a pre-written little thing. So sometimes in this journal, I choose which page to use based on what's written on the page. So this one says, "This is my prayer to embody faith in myself." This page scared me, but I came back. That's kind of the point of it. My world feels like it's swirling around me. I'm carrying this boulder in the back of my throat, feeling pain for blank, fear of grief, grief itself, disappointed, betrayal, blindsided. I feel embarrassed and shameful when I think of blank. I feel like they think they know me and threw me out. But they don't know me at all, or they wouldn't have thrown me out. Maybe it's worse if they would have. I'm worried that I showed them too much of me, or showed them not enough. I came here intending to build myself up, but there's no telling lately which way my mind will go. Right now I feel sad and empty, stripped bare, yet I also feel grounded and plugged in, unafraid, unwavering, and undefeatable. Another round of getting caught in the hurricane of other people only to be hurled right back here alone with myself again. So I want to stop running from myself. I really do get shit done when I want to. I'm smart, I'm loyal, I'm creative. What I'm running around looking for is already inside of me. I have it, it's mine, but it needs to feel trusted by me and valued in order for it to step into its full power. It needs me to choose me. I'm ready for a fresh start and motivated to continue. This looks like I wrote cheating, but that it can't possibly be what I said, right? Motivated to continue cheating, creating, and hustling with all the ideas I have lined up. I got to be with Andy and Paul this week because I'm not in a relationship and it fucking fed my soul. To be with friends, to be around people you know chose you, value you, care for you, that is one of the greatest feelings there is. I see this force inside of me. I see the way I've followed her slowly but surely to where I am now. When I slow down and come back to myself, she is me. Free, passionate, assured and humble, curious, not alone and completely unique all at once. I feel older today than I have on previous birthdays. The world feels realer than it ever has, and my eyes are cracking open. Life is happening every second. be who I want to become. Just start the thing. 1 inch, just see. Your Virgo ass won't let you stop until it's perfect. I love you, Mollie.
Whoa.
Beautifully written, Mollie.
I think that was a really nice letter to read.
That was.
To read back. It's been, what, 2 months since that? 3 months?
A letter to yourself from 3 months ago?
Yeah.
It's
I
interesting.
love the positivity that you enforce
Yeah.
after the negative stuff. It's really nice. I feel like all Andy and mine's always end in like, fuck you, piece of shit.
Oh, yeah. Oh,
Mine
yeah.
do too sometimes. But this,
Yeah.
I wrote this on my birthday. Like, I wasn't going to end it.
Okay.
Like, I hate my life.
Do you...
I mean, I caught it in the middle. I was like, oh,
did.
there it is. I'm whirling around again.
That's progress.
Do you have to force yourself to like journal positively, Mollie? Like, is it like, okay, I'm gonna sit down and it's gonna be
Conscious effort.
I'm gonna do positive self-talk today, or is it just when you journal that at this point that's a habit?
No, that's not the habit. I try not to censor myself when I'm journaling, but I'm also very aware of how your inner narrative can shape your reality.
Yeah.
So I always think about it with like body image stuff. Like there was a time in my life where every time I looked in a mirror, I would have a thought regarding what my body looked like. And there was a time when I would say it out loud when I thought it. And I know a lot of girls, and I'm sure guys too, went through that, just like being in the locker room when you're in 6th, 7th, and 8th grade, and like what all your friends are saying about themselves when they look in the mirror. And I think it first hit me the first time I dated a girl that I was like, I have a responsibility to this other person. If I start looking in the mirror and saying shit about myself, what message am I sending her? That she should look in the mirror and think things about herself and say them out loud to me so that I don't think them first. Like, that's the last thing I want. And so I just sort of used that as motivation to stop speaking the self-critical thoughts. And from there, like, it is far more few and it's few and far in between when I look in the mirror and I have a thought similar to the ones that I used to have every day. So I think like I like to let things out. I think that's what journaling is for. And I also like to catch myself when I feel like the unhealthy part of me taking over. It's no longer me just like diffusing energy. I'm just actively putting myself down. And you do know the difference between like these are the insecurities I'm feeling, and then this is just me putting myself down. And one of those things is helpful and the other one is exactly the opposite.
Right. And then
I love that.
You end with telling yourself, I love you.
Yeah.
That's so nice and sweet.
I don't think I've ever ended a letter to myself like that before. And I've written letters to myself before.
How many?
It's beautiful.
How many? I don't know. Did you guys in school ever have to do that? Like
a future to your future?
Yeah, they had us write a letter to our future selves. And then when I left rehab, they had us write a letter to ourselves in a year, and they sent that to us.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, but I didn't say I love you to that Mollie in that letter.
You weren't there yet.
Yeah.
No, I've never. I think I may have done that in middle school. I think they had you write a letter.
It's pretty cool.
I wish we did that. Mine would probably be sad, like reading it now.
What
Dear
would it
Justin,
say?
I'm sure on SNL by now.
23. You're
probably killing
probably
it.
the new Pete Davidson if I've ever heard of you.
Did you hang all the decorations in your new New York apartment yet? Still with my parents.
The
decorations. Your supermodel girlfriend. I bet she's so hot.
You've probably had sex by now.
Back yet?
I wish.
It's kind of validating too, though. Like, you think that you're gonna look back on old stuff like that and think like I didn't live up to what my childhood version of myself wanted me to be. But I've seen like my New Year's resolution list from like 2008,
Oh my gosh.
And all I wanted to do was be on Glee and marry Darren Chris. And like I was like, by the end of this year, I'm gonna know the entire Glee version dance to "Who Run the World" (parentheses Girls) by Beyonce.
Yeah, I think
and that was like my goal for the year. And I look at that now, and not only did I not accomplish that, I'm not disappointed in myself for not accomplishing it.
That's
Well,
good.
You should be.
Excuse me, Justin?
You should be.
Okay, that's what I thought you said.
You should have taken the time to learn the Glee dance.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. At age 11, you should have been on Glee. Okay.
You missed the
I
opportunity.
know, you guys. And it got bad when I was in high school. So like I was waiting till I was in college to audition, but by the time I was a senior in high school, that show was horrible.
So bad.
So
that show did
don't
not
make it about
age
me.
well.
No,
It aged so
I
poorly, which
think
arguably
yeah.
means it aged very well
I guess
for my
that's true.
entertainment.
You could watch it ironically now.
I know I saw a TikTok clip yesterday from an old episode of Glee just saying, "What was this show?" And it's an excerpt from when Rachel goes to school in New York and they have their first performance in class, and it's a remix, and they go, "I like big butts and I cannot lie. You other brothers can't deny. When a girl walks in with an itty bitty waist and a round thing in your face, you get sprung. You want to pull up front. You notice that butt is stung. Deep in the pink she's wearing, I'm hooked and I can't stop staring. Well, fellas, I want to get with ya and take your picture. Take an average ass man and ask him that. He won't ask much back. So, fellas, have your girlfriends got the butt? Tell him to shake it, shake it, shake that healthy butt. Baby got back."
I remember they were always making fun of that guy for being in a wheelchair.
Oh, it's so bad.
It's always like, well, how are we going to do this dance?
He's like, whip pan. He's like, oh, come on.
There were so many jokes about how he couldn't
about the
walk.
wheelchair. There is an episode where he got out of his wheelchair to dance, which seems to send a terrible message, right? He's
The
supposed to
music
be
moved
like
him that
the
much.
guy to like for other disabled kids who are like in high school to look up to this guy who's like still killing it in the Glee Club. And then this episode where he like finally gets his own number, he stands up and gets out of his wheelchair. Like, are you kidding me? Let him be in the chair and be good.
So absurd.
Holy crap.
Oh my God. What a message.
Yeah, I've never been able to say to myself, I love you.
So you're still there. Kids, if you guys can just settle down, everybody take your triangles out of your backpacks, and let's all circle up.
Yay. Music class. Hey, Justin.
Hey, Frederick. How's your mom? She's still sick?
Yeah, technically. But it's not that bad, honestly.
How's your dad? Is he still working full-time in Texas?
Yeah. He's over there. But it's not too bad, honestly, because
How's your dog? Did they figure out how to bring him back to life?
No, my dog dead, yeah, for sure. No, yeah, it's good, man. I usually am by myself at home. Pretty cool. So
How is your
How is your weekends? How are your families doing?
Oh, Justin's raising his hand.
Oh, sorry, Justin. Justin, yeah.
Yeah, my weekend was pretty dope. It was my cousin Garrett's birthday party, so we went to Chuck E. Cheese, and I actually won 402 tokens. So we got to buy the biggest stuffed animal on the wall.
Justin, that's really cool.
And I could, yeah.
And thank you for raising your hand.
And I noticed
that Caroline came up to you and asked you that question in a private conversation. So maybe next time, instead of including the entire class, you could just look her in the eye and answer her. You don't have to raise your hand now because you should be having conversation with Caroline. You can just talk to me, Justin.
1 second, Caroline. I just have to figure something
Justin.
out.
Okay.
Yeah, I just wanted to say I was sorry about earlier.
Earlier, so like 2 seconds ago?
Bingo.
Cool. That's okay. Get back to your conversation with Caroline.
So, Carrie, how was your weekend? You do anything cool?
My name's Caroline.
Okay.
We've been in the same grade for 5 years now.
I know. I was just trying like a new nickname thing. I heard that.
Oh, if it's a nickname, I love it. No one's ever given me a nickname before.
Cool,
This
'cause
weekend
yeah.
I built a model volcano, and I used bleach
That's
for the
hot.
lava. Yeah, it was pretty. It actually got really hot. And the bleach burned through our upstairs level in our house. So we're living in
Damn.
a rental now for the next few months until they can sort of patch that back together.
Hey, Caroline, you
Holy
can
crap.
come over to my house. My dad's in Texas and my mom's in the hospital, so you can come by whenever. I've got gerbils.
But they're not
What-
like pets,
who's-
right? They just
No,
those
they're
are rats.
they're fine.
Because I've been.
They're fine.
I
They're
went
fine. They're
to your-
fine.
Okay.
Wait, Frederick.
Hey, what is up, Caroline?
If your dad's in Texas and your mom's away too, who's
Caroline.
raising you?
Caroline.
The sheep. The sheep are.
The sheep?
Yeah, I live in a farmhouse. I live in the barn.
Teacher,
What sheep?
Miss Molly, Justin has a
What
question.
is it now, Justin?
I was
What?
wondering if you could interrupt our conversation so we could start teaching.
Justin, this is the kind of thing we're learning about in social cues class.
Okay, yeah,
right?
but I'm trying to like help my bro out for a sec here.
What is wrong? What is wrong, Justin?
What's
Oh
wrong?
no,
Justin?
nothing, Frederick. It's cool.
Okay. Yeah. Things are.
All right, you guys go back to your conversation.
No,
then.
that's what I'm
Justin.
trying to.
Anyway,
trying to-
Tell me what
Caroline.
you're saying. Who's raising you?
Sort
No,
of the.
so Frederick, why don't you
What?
tell Caroline about how what's something cool you do?
Who's raising you, Frederick?
No,
The
that's
sheep.
not Caroline. No, why don't you tell?
What
Why
sheep?
in the barn.
The barn? What barn?
The barn in my farm.
What farm?
he's got a ton of property.
My home
Caroline,
farm
so-
barn. My home farm barn. I live in the barn in my farm. Where's my home?
All right,
Don't-
kids, are we all ready to get started? Lift up those triangles.
Ready.
Ready?
Okay. All of our basis, we're going to have you warm up first. Ready, boys?
Mm-hmm.
Hit it.
Dong.
Ting, ting, ting,
Dong,
ting,
dong,
ting,
dong.
ting, ting.
Miss
Very
Molly,
nice. Yeah.
why is my triangle louder and deeper than the other boys? And why do I live in a barn instead
Oh.
of a home? And why is my dad in
Okay.
Texas? And why is my mom in the
Mhm.
hospital?
All right, guys. I guess this answers the question about whether we should start our days with social cue class or music class. We were talking about this in the faculty advisor meeting, and we thought maybe starting off with something creative would sort of ease us into the day, but it's clear that right out the gate, we're talking about family trauma. Justin, your hand is raised so far.
Can I talk to you for a second, private?
We're in the middle of class.
I know.
Fine. Everybody play with your triangles.
Okay.
Justin, come here.
Miss Molly, I know I'm in 4th grade,
Mm,
but
you
I-
stop
I've
proposing to me.
I'm not. This time I'm not. I swear to God. This time it's
You
about something real.
promise.
I swear to God.
Okay. Well, it was real when you proposed, wasn't it?
Obviously, but this time is something else.
Okay.
So, unfortunately, Frederick's life is really screwed up.
Excuse me. Is anyone sitting here?
No, it's totally open.
I hope you don't mind if I just get a little comfortable.
No, get comfy.
Okay, I'm just gonna take my skirt off.
Oh,
Do you get bagels in the morning often?
yeah, pretty much whenever I, sometimes try and wake up a little bit early so I can treat myself to a thing. You don't have to
Yeah.
take that off. Yeah.
What? You said I could make myself comfortable, though. If you don't want me
By
to
all
sit here,
means.
I'll
No,
sit in a different...
you can do that.
Okay.
You can
so
do that.
I'm just going to keep unbuttoning my top then.
Right.
You seem
On.
like a tired guy. Just
Uh,
I don't know. I guess seeing you in the early morning getting breakfast is like, I just
Yeah,
think of you
it's
as that
kinda-
tired guy.
Yeah, I tend to be pretty tired when I wake up. So, look at that. You got no skirt on. That's funny.
So- Can we cut it? Can we
Yep.
start over? I don't like I already started taking my clothes.
It's just a porno.
Is anyone sitting here?
No, not at all.
Mind if I take a seat?
No, please have a seat. I'm alone, so
How do you do? The name's Cherry.
hi, Cherry. I do swell. I do swell. My name is John.
Hey, is this seat taken?
John?
No, but I'd prefer if you didn't sit
I'll
there,
take a seat. Thanks, man.
for sure.
You mind if I take off my shorts?
Yeah,
All right, cool. I'll keep them on.
this is. Oh, thank you.
Oh, you guys got bagels.
Cherry.
Yeah, I don't deserve a meal today.
Oh, that's
That's a
not
sad
true,
thing
man.
to say.
No,
It's not true.
I didn't, didn't make enough money today.
Enough money for what? To buy food?
No, I have
I
enough
can get
money.
you a bagel.
No. I can afford a bagel. I just didn't make enough to deserve one.
It's only 8
Well-
a.m., bro.
I know, man. It's real tough.
How much money are you trying to make before 8 a.m.?
I'm trying to
We're
make-
happy to help you out
No,
with a bagel.
it's really, I'm totally well off. I'm the type of guy who's got to get shit done before I can allow myself to enjoy something as delicious as a bagel with two hotties.
The bagel's supposed to fuel you so that you can get the other stuff done.
Not me. I work backwards.
Seems like it would be less efficient then.
You work backwards?
Yeah, I work backwards. So usually,
And
what's up?
no, please.
You want me to explain how I work backwards?
I would love to hear it.
And your job.
Basically, I begin with being done, and I have to work back until I have to start.
So,
So you undo the work.
Yeah, for example, today I woke up and I've got a script on my table, right? I'm a screenwriter.
Well, how did
Okay.
it get there though?
Well, I wrote Grown Ups 5,
Okay.
but
You
not
wrote-
today.
You did it and you finished.
Well,
so it never went to theaters, right?
right, well, it started in theaters and then it's moving
Took it out.
backwards. And sorry, that's the music in my head starts to play out loud on occasion.
Yeah, it's very loud.
Which is?
The music
what
in your
is-
head.
Your head.
Yeah, music
Sounds
head.
in your head.
Anyway, so today I'm supposed to be erasing Grown Ups 5 until I'm at the drawing table with writer's block, and I don't get a bagel until nighttime.
So
And
once
that's
you
good
have
to you?
writer's block, you win.
Exactly.
So right now you have way too many great ideas, and that means that you're not getting anything done.
That sounds about right.
That's entirely fucked.
Okay, Mr. Peanut Butter on pumpernickel bagel. What the hell is that?
Listen, hey, let's not go into
Get a
my
real
own-
bagel. Get a salty
Whoa.
bagel. None of this peanut
salt-
butter bullshit.
Cherry, I'm
Hey,
sorry
guys.
about this.
Yeah, I didn't come here to be in the middle of any sort of argument or tiff.
I don't even know this. I don't even know this broad.
I'm not even supposed to be here yet. I haven't done any of my work backwards. I don't deserve this. So why am I here? You guys mind if I leave?
Not at all.
No, we wouldn't mind.
Okay. See ya. Fucking these guys are such dicks. Jesus.
I want to start asking strangers when I'm done eating at a restaurant. You guys mind if I leave? Of course not.
Why
You've
would
been
we
a
mind?
nuisance.
You're at a
You've been a
different table.
problem.
Do you mind if I take my shorts off? Yes. Okay, then I won't. Oh,
Fair enough.
really?
Oh, wow.
Consent.
Like
That's an exchange.
He's odd enough to have taken his pants off, but he has enough social awareness to at least ask if they
Gotta
mind.
respect it. All right, Molly, I'm glad we're having these one-on-ones every couple of weeks to see how you're doing at the new job. I think you're doing great. We do have a couple of new things that HR wants us to toss in to these one-on-one sessions, and I got to do this, so please look directly into this Logitech webcam and tell your future self that you love you, okay? And if you don't, you're fired, and it has to be honest, and we will be able to tell, and it's recording.
So I just do it. I do it now?
Yeah, look directly into the Logitech webcam and tell your future self that you love yourself, and if you don't, you're fired.
Am I telling her that I love her in the future or that I love myself now?
So don't try to find any sort of loopholes in here because we will smell that out and we will fire you.
Right. I'm just trying to get sort of inspiration.
Sort of every time you are Go ahead.
I love you. I love you.
All right.
Mollie.
Let me cover this. Let me stop recording. Look, Molly, you're gonna have to sell this because the higher ups are really on this self-care bullshit and they want you to love yourself at this job because people hate this job. So we got to make sure that you're okay, and if you're not okay, we're getting you the fuck out of here. So.
And this is the way you guys think you should do this?
Hey, my hands are tied. I'm just a manager.
You're right, Linda. Sorry for taking it out on you.
No worries.
Bring.
Let
Bring.
me grab this. Hello, Linda.
Do you need me to come in and be the bad cop?
Not yet, John. Let me give one more go.
Let me know, Linda.
Thanks for watching.
Yep, always watching you.
All right.
John's watching now?
What's up? Yeah, so we got cameras in here,
right?
obviously. I mean, obviously you knew that. It's the conference room. It's company property. People are watching. I mean, you can see him through the window, right? It's not like a detective window. You can see him.
Yeah. Hey. Hi, John. Oh, gave me the finger. Okay.
Gave you the finger to make you focus. Now look in the Logitech webcam. I'm recording and say I love you to yourself.
I love you.
Okay, I'm going to stop it right there. John, can you come in here, buddy?
Yeah.
We got another case of a self-hating liar.
Oh,
Why are you stretching? Why do you need to stretch?
Because I'm about to go ape shit on your ass.
Oh my god.
Here's some lotion.
Let me
John.
ask you something. How bad? Thank you.
Lotion.
For his hands.
I'm not okay with being touched.
Oh, no, he's not going to touch you.
Nobody's gonna touch you. All right, not physically. I am gonna touch you emotionally because I need you.
All right, take your hands away from me. You're not
Sorry.
touching me, but they
I'm
are
not
too
touching you.
close.
I'm not touching you.
There's no
I'm not touching
Too
you.
close.
Logitech
Not
is
gonna get in
watching.
trouble for that again. I'm not getting in trouble for that again. You need to love yourself harder than you've ever loved anything before. Have you ever loved something before?
Yeah.
Give me an example.
My mom.
Okay. I want you to multiply that by 10.
My love for my mom.
Multiply it by 10. So that's 10 moms that you have love for.
All right, Molly, are you ready?
Can you imagine
feel
how-
ready now?
For sure.
Yeah, I think I get what you guys are getting at.
John is the best at this. He's never failed, and he really gave it his all right there. So take a look in the Logitech camera and tell your future self, you know the drill.
I love you, Mom.
Cut. All right. Have you ever had your first ice cream cone?
Yeah, I've had my first ice cream cone.
And what were some of the things that went through your brain when you took that first lick?
Oh, it was so long ago. I don't remember. I mean, I could editorialize, but I don't remember exactly.
Okay, well, how about you deep dive into those files and pull out that memory? Take a second.
Yes, sir.
Think about
I'm
that first lick.
Standing in front of picket fence, ice cream shop, side of the road. It's 2002. The wind is stronger today than...
Perfect. So now take that ice cream cone. I want you to multiply that by 10.
The ice cream cone?
All right, so she seems ready. Logitech is recording. Mollie.
Okay. I love you.
I'm going to lock the doors.
What?
Closing the
Why
I'm
blinds.
getting pissed
locking
off.
the door? Wait, what is that? Why is there a stretcher here? Are those
Now
chains?
I'm getting really pissed off.
You guys can't handcuff me. You can't do this. My ankle? What is going on here? Why are you restraining me?
We're leaving you in here for 48 hours, Mollie. And if you can't live with yourself chained to a stretcher in your workplace conference room, who are you? What do you have?
If you can't live with yourself chained.
So if I die because I have no food or water and you're leaving me here handcuffed to a stretcher for 48 hours, if I die...
Yeah, there is a saying, and it's that love prevails.
Not here.
And so if you love
Not
yourself hard
applicable.
enough,
No.
if you love yourself hard enough, you'll figure out a way to live without food, without water, without
It's
any
not-
sustenance.
Linda, do you guys do this often? When people get promotions and raises and they all get sent to Canada, are they just dead?
So we're going to go ahead and bypass that cue, and we're going to let you give this one more shot.
Logitech recording. You know the drill.
Mollie, I love you.
Mm-hmm.
We're gonna make it through. I love you.
Mm-hmm.
Love you. Love
We
you,
cut
girly.
to 15 years later. Mollie is watching the tape that she filmed 15 years prior to herself while chained in her workplace environment.
Mollie,
I know you do.
I love you. Mollie, I love you.
I know.
Mollie,
I know it's the only
I
thing
love
keeping
you.
me going. I know, Mom.
The door creaks open.
know.
Creak. A shepherd walks in. Hello there, Mollie.
Who are you?
I am the shepherd.
What
Goodbye,
are you
Mollie.
here for?
The shepherd
What?
closes the door.
What's going on?
The TV
so
static
hungry.
plays on the TV.
Mollie, no! Pass, Mollie!
An image appears.
It's a boy in a wheelchair. Oh. It changes back.
The static stops. An image appears. It says, Glee, canceled. Back to static.
An
My
image
whole
appears.
world, this is falling apart.
It's Frederick. He's in a barn. He's desolate. He's cold. He's alone.
Hello,
Ding,
sheep.
ding, ding. We hear the harmonies of the triangles ringing in the distance.
Ding.
I love you,
ding,
my sheep.
Ding.
If only others could see how much I loved you and how much I can love others. Little do my parents know. The barn farm home is the best barn and a farm that I've ever been alarmed. So I'm here to stay and I'm here to go.
We pan over to see all of Andy's relatives tied up in rope, hands and feet, sitting around a fire. Each of them is lined with hay so that they're flammable, and he's spraying water on each of their bodies so that if they burn, it will be slow and gruesome. They're pleading, they're screaming, but you can barely hear them through their mouths that have been stuffed with dirt. and taped over.
The image goes back to static.
That was my student. I remember him. I remember knowing that he had a troubled life at home. I should have listened to Justin.
An image appears on the screen. It's Linda. Look directly in the Logitech camera now, Molly, and tell your past self that you love them.
Molly, I love you.
A crack appears in the screen. It's real. It's a real crack. The TV busts open and
John.
Sure.
John pops out. Here's Johnny.
The door opens and it's Trump and he goes, "You're fired." Boom, baby. New format completed.
Without a shadow of a doubt.
You can't doubt it.
You can't doubt.
You can't doubt it. The format was different.
Effectiveness.
I like the
You
format.
cannot doubt that it was different. We changed it.
You liked it, Justin?
I liked it. I think it's too harsh to write it off after one attempt.
Oh, so it sounds
I think it has
like
potential.
It sounds like you didn't think it went well.
That's not what I said. I'm just trying to gauge your guys' energy.
I prefer this style if I'm being frank.
I like this style.
You can be frank.
I'm being frank. And I prefer this format.
Franklin.
I'll be Franklin, Frank, whatever you guys want me to be, but that's a
and
okay.
I'll be Frank too.
Oh, I see. You're
and Frank. Okay. Only the real ones know.
That's the show, folks. Journal me fine on all platforms. Follow Moonchild Molly. That's Molly with an IE on Instagram. And buy her jewelry. Justin Artboy on Instagram for Justin's art. He also makes music. Justin Kosisky on Spotify. I'm Andy Vega everywhere. Just Dance Comedy on TikTok and YouTube. Email us at journalmefine@gmail.com. Follow our Instagram. Mostly, we'd like for you to subscribe, rate, review the podcast, tell a friend. Let us know how if you like the format. Send us any email.
And bye, Donald Trump.
Bye, Donald Trump.
Bye, Mr. Trump.
Bye, Mr. Trump.
I would like to solicit something from the audience.
Okay.
If you want to email us, you can send us a picture of an old journal entry of yours that you found, or you can, send us a picture of it.
Send us an entry, people. We'll read it. We'll do something with it. Who knows?
We'll do improv off of it.
We'll keep
trying to add
anonymous
segments.
if you want. We'll plug
we'll do anonymous if you want. Just let us know.
And if you want to send any of us money, send us an email. This has been Journal Me Fine. Molly, Justin?
Yeah, I'm very
Andy?
poor right now, so the money would be good.
My head hurts. Write it down. I've got work. Write it down. My car died. Write it down. I've got no drive. The car is a metaphor for motivation. So it's kind of fine, I guess. Journal me fine, I guess. Journal me fine, I guess. Journal me fine, I guess. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for listening to Journal Me Fine.